So yesterday we have discussed some basic data structures of Python. Today we will start by discussing string functions. Python string functions working with strings data is what we are going to do. Hope all of you have installed Python. If installed, you can open the Jupyter notebook and you can use it, or you can use the Google Collaboratory, which is being used since yesterday's session, online version of Python. That also you can use. So we will start with string functions today. And for strings, object data type in Python is for string or character. So let us say S is equal to Python is data science programming language. So for strings, you can use either double quotes or single quotes. You can either use double quotes or single quote. Anything can be used. So I've created a string. You can see here. Print S. The string output you can see. So Python is data science programming language. You can see you got the output as Python is data science output language. Suppose if you want to know what is the length of the string, print len of S. This is length of string or number of characters. So there are 42 characters in Python. You can see 42 you got. And if you want to access the string, if you want to split, print s dot split. So now you can see each word is split. Or break sentence into words. Break sentence into words, the split. See, break sentence, you can see the commas, right? Python as one word is data science programming language. I gave it as a single sentence. The split will break the sentence into words. Now, you can also do string indexing. Print s square bracket 0. Access the first character of string. See P. Similarly, print s square bracket 0 colon 5. First 5 characters of the string. Print s square bracket 0 colon 5. The first 5 characters of string. See P by THO. Print s square bracket -3. So if you do -3, you are getting the third character from the end. Let me see if it is -5 to get U. Yeah, fourth. So fourth character from the end, negative indexing. And you can give negative indexing with quotes also, right? As square bracket -5 colon. Last 5 characters. So you can see the string functions which we have started with today. S is equal to Python is a data science programming language. Print S is printing the sentence. Length of the character is 42. S dot split will break the sentence into words. S square bracket 0, you are accessing the first character of the string. Access in first 5 characters 0 colon 5. Fourth character from end is -4. Last 5 characters is -5 colon. So this is how we can access strings or string data or string indexing in Python. So these string functions are widely used in natural language processing and text mining, where we do a lot of text analysis and all using machine learning algorithms and deep learning algorithms. We use a lot of this text data. So web scraping, then cleaning up the text, getting the core text and all. So strings are very important in data science because a lot of data will be in text format. So string or object format is what we will be using. So these are the indexing functions for string. Want you can also do additional functions also. Print s dot strip. So strip will remove the white spaces. Remove white spaces or empty spaces. Print s dot upper. See, converts everything to uppercase. Print s dot lower. It will convert to lowercase. So these are the prominent string functions or working with string data or text data. All right, can I move forward, participants? Yeah. Okay. Now let us get to the conditional statement. The widely used conditional statement if, elif, else. One of the widely used statement is the if statement, conditional statement. Now you might be familiar with the normal if statement. If you look at normal if statement, if you have to give a logical test and value if logical test is true, comma, value if logical test is false. So typical if statement, you should give a logical test, and based on the logical test, what will be the value if the logical test is true, comma, value if logical test is false. And the logical test must have the logical operators like greater than, less than, equal to. Equal to will be two times you have to use double equal to, not equal to, exclamation, then greater than equal to, less than equal to, and then you have or, and d, and. So all these logical operators must be used. So in a typical if statement, first you should give a logical test. Based on the logical test, value if true and value if false. If the logical test is true, what should be the value? If the logical test is false, what should be the value? And the logical test will be the input, will have the logical operators. Okay. So this is how we use conditional statement, the if statement. There are many other conditional statements also. We will also go through them. But first we'll start with the if statement. And the input function. The input function creates a input box for entering data. The input function will create a input box for entering data. Take for example, int input enter a integer will only take integer as a input. Okay, so this is what we are going to use, an input box to enter a data. And a typical example is int input enter integer will take only integer as a input. Now, so let us say we want to check if an input number is positive or negative. So I want to have a check an input number if it is a positive or negative. So it is already giving me the code. So num is equal to int input enter a number if num greater than 0, colon, print positive, L if num less than 0, print negative, else print 0. So this is simple. If else. See, in the enter a number here, I'm entering a number minus 100. So it is a negative number. So int input a number, enter a number is where it is taking the input. Num greater than 0 is positive, num less than 0 is negative, and else is print 0. If it is not positive or negative, it will be printing it as 0. 0 is the only number which is neither positive nor negative. So if you run it again, 0.008. See, it is not taking decimal. See, because we have set up it as int. So we have to give only integer. Integer means for whole number. Now, if you change this to float, let us say float, minus 0.008. See, it will take. So you have to look at it. Int will take only integer. If you want to give decimal numbers, then it has to be float. So whatever input data type you are specifying, that data type only it will take. Num is equal to float. Then once you say float, it will take decimal. Otherwise, it will take only integers. If you specify it as int. So this is a simple if statement.
Sir, Rishita asked a doubt in chat box, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So white spaces removing means you will not see empty spaces. So what happens is in text we replace with space with lot of the special characters. Those empty spaces we call them as white spaces. And we will remove them when we are processing. Okay. So now let us go with a little bit bigger if statement. Suppose if you give marks greater than equal to 90 is A plus, greater than equal to 80 is A, greater than equal to 70 B plus, greater than equal to 60 B, greater than equal to 40 is C, and less than 40 is fail. So using this, we have to create a short using if statement. We have to create where if you give enter the marks in the box, it should give you the grade. So marks will be generally integers. In input enter marks colon, then the loop will start. If marks greater than equal to 90 colon, print grade is A plus, L if marks greater than equal to 80, print grade is A, L if marks greater than equal to 70 colon, print grade is B plus, L if marks greater than equal to 60, print grade is B, L if marks greater than equal to 40, print grade is C, the last one else, print failed in test. So nested if 88 grade is A, 42 grade is C, 39 failed in the test. So you can see here. Now the indentation is very important. If LFL should be in straight line, indentation you have to be very careful. So if LFLs should be in straight line. Once you're done, please confirm. Okay. Enter marks. I forgot colon and space. Once you're done, please confirm. Okay, guys, can I move forward? Yeah. All right. So this is a simple if statement which we have used. So let us say if you want to find max of numbers, max of or maximum of three numbers, n1, comma n2, comma n3 is equal to int input enter, I forgot quotes, number 1, comma int input enter number 2, comma int input enter number. Guys, Can you hear my voice? Power went off. I went off. So is my voice clear? Okay. So enter input N1, N2, N3. We have inputted the three numbers. So can you do multi inputs like this? N1, N2, N3. So if N1 greater than N2 and N1 greater than N3, print number 1 is max L if N2 greater than N1 and N2 greater than N3. Print number 2 is max else N3 also, right? L if N3 greater than N1 and N3 greater than N2. Print number 3 is max. The last one would be else print all three numbers equal. It's taking so time, long time to run. Let me connect to my internet. So number 1, 22. Forgetting enter space, colon space. 2 also colon space. 3 also colon space. Number 1 is max. One second. And all. So because power went off and came back, so I'm just restarting the session. So yesterday's file, classes.csv. This is a cloud version, so if it gets break from the cloud, it will not save. That is why I'm running all the systems, because Colab is a cloud version of Python. So we have to make sure if this power cuts and all, they create problem. They'll disconnect you from the server, and then it will start hanging and all. So that is why just typing, seeing everything is running properly or not. The automatic saving failed. So let us see what we can do. 1 second. So all of you got the function code, right? Just a second, hold on. Let me just see the problem. Yeah, it's reloading. Yes, now it is. So this is how we find the max of all numbers. Max of all three numbers. So runtime, run all. So 35, 58. Just running the previous cells. And here number one is 21. Number two is 22. Number three is 23. So if you see here, the max number is, number three is max. So this is the code for finding the maximum of three numbers. Once you're done, please confirm. Okay. Now, let us get into loops. We also use a lot of loops. One of the most common thing we use is the for loop. So for loops are one of the interesting things, the for loop. The for loop used with conditional statements, if, while, break, continue, range, etc. Loops work on lists or arrays, tuples, sets, and dictionaries. So all type of data structures are supported by this for loop. Now, if you are looking at the structure of the for loop, So this is the structure of the for loop. See? For loop is an iterating over a sequence, and it will also iterate over iterables like range, list, and all. And you can give the statements, body of the loop. So you can see here, this is the structure of the for loop in Python. It is an iterating over a sequence, and it iterates over list, tuple, range, dictionary, set, or string also. For I in range, then colon, then you can give the body of the loop, whatever the statements or logic or functions or the conditions you are giving, it will be executed, and else will be the final statement which you give. So this is the basic structure of the for loop. So iterator, it will iterate over the sequence. So as it here, so range 5 means it will do 5 iterations. And in each iteration, it will execute the statement, whatever is giving in the body of the loop. And the indentation is also very critical here. You have to have the indentation. Loop body must be properly indented. Otherwise, it will fail. So this is the structure of the for loop in Python. Now, let us write a simple loop. Print all numbers between 11 and 20. So the AI has already given me the thing. So for I in range of 11, 21, print I. This is where programmers are losing jobs, because once you have the AI, it just gave me the code and it executed without any mistake. One thing you have to observe is, if you want to print between 11 to 20, the outer range should be one step ahead. That means you have to give till 21. Then only it will print till 20. So the range will ignore the outer value. So you have to give, if you want to print till 20, you have to give print range 11, 21 colon, and print I will give you the print of all the numbers between 11 and 20. If you give range 11 to 20, it will print till 19 only. See, it is printing till 19. So if you want the 20th number also, you have to give as 11, 21. You have to give it as 11, 21. So this is very important in Python. 11, 12 till 20 it is printing. Okay. So this is a simple for loop. We are printing 11 to 20. Similarly, you can also try multiplication table of any given number. So num is equal to int input enter a number greater than 1, enter a number greater than 1, for I in range 1 comma 11 colon multiply is equal to num into I and then print multiply. I'm giving for 11. One 28. So see here, we are printing the multiplication up to 10. Once you're done, please confirm. Okay. So we are printing a multiplication table here of any number. The logic is multiplied is equal to num into I. For I in range, it iterates 10 times, where I value will change. Num value will remain constant. I value will take from 1 to 10. I value will take first iteration 1, second iteration 2, like this. The num value is fixed as 128. So this is how we create the multiplication table. So we are using here the for loop here with a basic simple syntax. So let us look at a little bit advanced syntax. Find the factorial of a given number. Let us say we want to find the factorial of a given number. So I want to find the factorial of a given number. So num is equal to int input enter snap down. Okay. So find the factorial of a given number. Num is equal to int input enter a number greater than 1 colon so factorial is equal to 1 if num less than 0 colon print factorial does not exist for negative numbers L if num double equals to 0 colon print factorial of 0 is 1 else. Now we will start the loop for I in range of 1 num plus 1 print factor is equal to factorial into I print factorial of number is factorial. You can say factorial of 5 is 120. So we have used if statement and also for loop here, both. So you can try. If I give minus 5 does not exist for negative numbers. If I give 0 is 1. If I give 10, it gives a very large value. So here we have used the if statement with for loop. Okay, once you're done, please confirm. Okay. All right. So we have used the things, for loop and all. We can also use, let us see if we can use the other loops. So let us say the while loop. So this is the condition for while loop, similar to the if statement only. See, while loops repeat the same code as long as the certain condition is true. So you can see here while condition returns true or false, then statement one, statement two, body of the loop, indentation again. So it will execute the loop until certain condition is true. So this is the structure of the while loop. Okay, I have got the while loop. So let us say I want to know first 10 even numbers. First 10 even numbers. Num is equal to 2 while num less than equal to 20 equal to 20 colon print num is equal to num plus 2. See, these are the first 10 even numbers. Okay, so while loop conditions here. Similarly, you can also use, let us say we want to write the first 10 numbers and squares of numbers. First 10 numbers and the squares of those numbers. So num is equal to 1 while num less than equal to 10 colon print num comma imports slash t slash t slash t comma num star star 2. Num is equal to num plus 1. See? So too much of space. Okay, we'll take only one. Tab is for space between the two numbers. Num start star 2 square. Okay, all of you got this? So using while. So let us also use while with if. Can I move forward? All of you are done? Now, let us say we want to print even numbers between two numbers. Print all even numbers between two set of numbers. So num1 is equal to int input enter So my lab has crashed. In time, run all. Okay, num1 is equal to int input enter number 1 colon num2 is equal to int input enter number 2 colon so if num1 greater than num2 colon while num1 greater than num2 colon if num2 modulus 2 double equals to 0 colon print num2 num2 is equal to num2 plus 1 and move out of the loop else we have to move the complete loop. Sorry, this has to go here. Then else colon while num1 less than num2 colon if num1 modulus 2 double equals to 0 print num1 num plus 1 20 30 so 22 24 26 28 so we are getting the even numbers between a set of numbers using if and while both. So here you can see we are using loops with while and if both. Sorry, conditional statement with loop. All right. So this is how we can use loops in Python, just like your programming of C and all. So today we have discussed loops. We have done some string functions and all. We have used the conditional statement also. So from string functions, then we have used conditional statement, the if, elif, else. Then we have also used the for loop with if statement, for loop independently. Then the while loop with the if statement. So you can see these are the loops which are widely used in Python for data science. Any doubts, participants? So we will stop here, and tomorrow we will talk about the lambda functions, anonymous functions, and the DEF functions. So tomorrow we will talk about the functions. So DEF functions, which are the functions with name, and lambda functions or anonymous functions, functions without name.